What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now, and welcome back to our Life is Strange community series, a community series that airs every other Wednesday on our channel. I am Alex, and this is where we talk about all things Life is Strange. Now, if you guys have been watching for a while, you'll know that I've now moved on from episode 4. We've talked about it, we've dissected it, we've attacked it, so much, and a lot of it has been just a ton of fun. Now it's time to move on to episode 5. I'm very, very excited to start making these videos. We got like 2.5-ish months left, 3 months left until episode 5 comes out. So we'll be having, 4 or 5 videos on episode 5 before we ultimately, I'll probably be doing like a preview in terms of like when the trailer comes out for it. I'm very excited to talk about it. The thing I wanted to start, and I'm not even sure, when I'm recording this, I don't even have a title in mind. I don't even know what title you guys have seen. But I basically want to talk about how I hope that episode 5 is not all about the wall. And here's the deal. They're going to the Mexican border, which is the wall, which is the separation between the U.S. and Mexico, which is intended to reduce illegal immigration into the United States. We know what Life is Strange has done, and really, here's the thing. I can't speculate all that much on what episode 5 will be because I haven't played it. They haven't shown anything. They'll probably only show, a minute-and-a-half trailer as we get closer. As of right now, we only got the shot of the wall. We got the shot of the wall at the end of episode 4, or like the sneak preview of episode 5. Here's the deal. Here's basically what I want to talk about is up until this point, Don't Nod. And here's the thing. I know I've attacked them. I get it. I get that I've been very, very harsh on this season. I don't hate anybody at Don't Nod. I think they're very talented. They've made one of my favorite games of all time in the first Life is Strange game. I love that game. I think these guys are better than what they've shown. I don't mean any disrespect or hate towards them, and I'm just saying that because, I don't know, I feel like Life is Strange is such a tight-knit community. I don't want to sound like cocky and say, maybe they watch my videos. I feel like maybe at some point they probably have. I don't want it to sound like I'm just bashing them. I don't want you guys to be like, well, he's just going after them. He just has an anti-Life is Strange agenda. Really, it's not. I just want this game to be better, and I've said that from the very beginning. My opinion is I don't like this season. I just want it to be better. There's 2 parts to this political Mexican border thing that upsets me. One is leave politics for the most part out of games. That's just a general opinion I tend to have. You can put politics in games, but be ready for a couple things. One, if it's one-sided, be ready for criticism. Be ready for people to not buy your game because you're not representing the whole spectrum, okay? And that happens all the time. The second thing is if you're going to do it, be fair. You can tell your own story, that's fine, but be fair. A lot of times they'll paint a picture that just flat out isn't true. Statistically, just actually looking at it, it's just not true. And I feel like, and again, the way the gaming industry is going, the way that the world is moving, these agendas, these political, ideologies, they make their way into games and movies and shows and everything. Gaming, journalism in general, they make it in way too much. And it really shouldn't be. It should be kind of unbiased. Okay, so they're allowed to do it, and I have no problem with them doing it. Just, one, kind of be fair about it, or be ready for some pushback because, if you're not going to do it the right way, quote unquote, you could say, well, your right way isn't always the right way. I get that, but, again, statistically or however you want to look at it, do that. Now, the problem with Life is Strange 2 and with Don't Nod, and this is where I will attack them, is they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know, and I don't care who they've brought in to learn about it. I don't care who these actors are. I don't care who their writers are. I know they're all French. They don't know America as well as I think they may, and that's as well as they may kind of make themselves out to be, right? And I feel like that's honestly the way with everything. I think a lot, especially like media, movies, TV, this is really a political video. A lot of these networks or just avenues think they know us more than they really do. And maybe not maybe you're not American. Maybe you're not a U.S. citizen, whatever. Maybe you're overseas. I'm not saying everybody's clueless over there. Okay, I'm not saying that. But if you don't necessarily know what you're talking about, or you have an idea of what it is, don't run with it. Don't do that. They've already shown multiple times that they are going with the, anti-cop, the kind of overstating how big racism is in the United States, things like that. They've already done that. They hinted in episode 4 the fact that Sean Daniels' father was killed because he's a Mexican and it was a white cop. I mean, right there. They hinted that. Sean was about to say that, but he cut himself off. So he was about to do that. We obviously have the scene where he gets beat up by people in Nevada. I actually live in Nevada. Guess what? It's not like that here. It's not like that in the U.S. Is there select times where that does happen? Is there select like occurrences that it happens? Yes. Yes, I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying that kind of situation wouldn't happen. I'm not saying that cults don't exist. We saw the religious cult, and I talked about how it's cookie cutter, the villain just way too over the top. I get that they're real. I get that, but like, how many are there? Same thing with this. They make it out to be that there's just so many, and it really is because of the whole Trump era. But again, not necessarily his fault, more of the media. Everybody's a racist now. Everybody. And I feel like YouTube's going to have a problem with me saying all these words, but, whatever. Everybody is that now, okay? Everybody is that now. So everybody kind of has that picture, but it's just, it's flat out not true. And the statistics for the cop thing, we won't get into it, but it couldn't be more wrong. The violence or the crime of white cop versus, non-white person, okay? Look up the statistics yourself. Do some research. You'll find that is absolutely not true. That it's actually the complete opposite, that they just don't want to talk about because it'll make them look really bad. So, again, and is that a problem? Yeah, Don't Nod thinks they know. They're running with the news, where every time you turn on the news, you see white cop takes down, I'll say takes down instead of that other word, takes down this other person. It's just because they have their own agenda. The amount of the opposite happening is 1,000 times more higher. But they'll never show that because they're trying to push the agenda. And Don't Nod, obviously, not being from America and stuff, and we know how it kind of works, they only see kind of the most like cartoony picture of the U.S. A lot of people do outside of the U.S. see like the most cartoony, over-the-top aspects of America when it's just not that case. And I guarantee you Don't Nod has seen it. And I guarantee you that's what they're running with. Same thing with all of this racism stuff and going. So here's the problem. So far, it's been anti-Trump. It's been racism. It's been all this kind of stuff. And now they're going to the wall. The big talk, build the wall, all that kind of stuff. I don't care whether or not you agree with building a wall to separate. I don't care if you agree or disagree. It's fine. You can have your own beliefs. You can have your own ideologies, whatever. But considering where they're going and the political, just how big it is, just how massive of a talking point that wall is, that's for people that are in the U.S. already. Imagine what it's like for people like where Don't Nod is. Imagine. So call me crazy, but I don't think they're going to handle the wall with the most care. I think they're going to pick a side. I think they're going to introduce racism and anti-Trump and all that stuff again. And I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what kind of sentence. I don't know what kind of dialogue they're going to make between the characters. I don't know if there's going to be extra characters. I don't know if there's going to be like construction of the wall. I don't know if there's going to people be standing there saying like tear the wall down, or if they're going to show people like on the other side trying to jump over it or whatever. I mean, they could show whatever they want, and maybe they'll show all of those things. Maybe they'll show none. That's why it is hard to talk about it, because we don't know. But the general point of this video is I'm worried, because so far they've shown me nothing to indicate that they actually know what's going on in America. They think they do. And they'd probably tell me that they think they do, or they do know, but they don't. They don't, and they've already proven it from episodes 1 all the way through episodes 4. They haven't all been political, which I've been fine with. Episode 4, for the most part, I mean, okay, it had those 2 political moments that I thought, were kind of over the top. But in episode 3, I honestly don't think there was any. I think it was only episode 1 with that guy, and then also episode 4. So I feel like they did take a break, which I felt good about. But then in episode 4, when they started, talking about that kind of stuff, it was like, all right, obviously they still know. And then episode 5, the fact that, and we knew that was happening, but building this whole thing around, and that's ultimately another thing, is Life is Strange. These guys, they make the whole story in the beginning. Remember, that's how they do things. They don't have the entire game done at the beginning, and they cut it up into episodes and they give it out to us, but they have the story from start to finish, and then they minorly change things based off of like our feedback and what we do in the game. But for the most part, the main story is already set it was probably set a year and a half ago from them. So they knew they wanted to get them to the wall. And whatever they manage or whatever they want to have them do at the wall, yes, is up to them, but my God, guys, I'm not going to be happy with it if it goes the wrong way. You can call me the R word. You can call me all the words you want in the comments if you want, but it's just my opinion. I don't trust them at all. And again, it's not hate, it's not disrespect. It's just that I don't think they know what they're talking about. And that's just my opinion. And I don't want that in these games. That's another thing. Keep politics. And I've seen a lot of people, there's a lot of people that hate me in these videos, but there are people in the comments of every single video that says too much political BS. Every video I get that. And there are people that have stopped playing. There are people that didn't buy the game. There are people that played the first 2 episodes and stopped. There's those people out there that stopped because of the political stuff. So that does exist. It's not like it doesn't exist. And if you've made it this far, that's awesome. Episode 5 may break you if you're not into the political stuff like me. And it could break me. I could be like, you know what? What the heck did they do with this? So it's interesting. It's an interesting discussion. I know I got, passionate and heated and all that stuff. That is what I do on these videos. But guys, again, just my opinion. You can have your own opinion. I respect your opinion. I think it's awesome if you guys have liked them. Whatever opinion you have, you rock it. You guys do you, and I'll do me. Okay? That's all I can basically say about that. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about what I just said. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover about episode 5 leading into it. I'll be making more videos every other week leading into episode 5. Make sure you guys are subscribed, hit the bell icon, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all on the next video.